I hate this thing. Every time. Every time. And this wasn't even my mom's fault this time. I thought she had turned it off, so I thought I turned it back on. Oh no, she didn't mess with it this time. Yeah, I ended up messing with it. Oh my god. Anyway, hang on, let me turn this down a little bit. Just so it's probably not too loud, I hope. Anyway, this is going to be my review for My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 11. Most of this fight is Lemillion versus Overhaul. And the reason that I did not, keep up with the show as I should have is due in part to what happens in episode 14. For those of you who've seen the episode, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Going into this arc, I was terrified that we could lose, characters. Because it already showed in the second episode how dark this could get by killing off one of the villains. Granted, I wasn't really attached to that character, but obviously it still shocked me. And I didn't want to lose, Lemillion, Deku, Uraraka, Sue, or Asui, whatever you want to call her, Night Eye, Bubble Girl, any of those guys, or any of the other characters we could possibly lose in the raid because the villains are obviously set to kill. And yeah, that's what terrified me, and that's what terrified me going through this arc, is that very thought that we could lose characters, and I didn't want you guys seeing me cry over a character. Anyway, yeah, thanks to Togata and Twice, Deku was able to find where Mimic was and scout him out for Eraserhead to erase his quirk and thus stop the walls and floor from moving. The guy seemed very unstable, but then again, he was ticked off, so that can be part of it. Anyway, I was surprised by Togata and Twice in this whole arc because they were less villainy and more anti-heroes? Would you guys agree with me, or would you guys have a different opinion on this? Considering what happens in up to episode 14. Yeah, they managed to take him down, and they work on trying to get to where Lemillion and Overhaul and the others went, because yeah, they need to find her before they get away. And we actually find out in this episode as well that Rocklock actually has a new wife and a new baby. And I was like, oh, what did you tell me that? I don't make it even worse to lose him, because in Black Butler we lost that detective who had a fiance and a new baby on the way. That hurt. Sure, I didn't know the character very much, but it still hurt knowing that his future wife would never his future wife would have to raise their baby alone and never get to see him again, That scared me. Anyway, thankfully nothing else happens to him. We got lucky. Anyway, Lemillion ends up finding them and tries to get Eri back. Has to deal with two of Overhaul's minions, a drunk guy, and the guy from before that actually managed to get Togata and Twice to reveal their quirks by the way of his quirk. And I imagine that pissed the two off even more, so that they wanted to, that's why they, went against Overhaul. That's probably part of the reason. Anyway, Lemillion ends up using his quirk very well in this fight against Overhaul, especially when he gets violent and very unstable. Especially when Lemillion gets Eri away from him. Yeah, the guy comes very, very, very unstable. What do you guys think of this guy? But yeah, Lemillion is doing his best to try and help Eri keep her safe, happy, and show her essentially that she doesn't have to put herself back in that hellhole just to protect people when there are people who could protect her. And sadly, yeah, apparently they had perfected that drug that gets rid of a person's quirk, but this time it gets rid of it permanently, apparently. What, did they test it on people? How did they test to make sure that it actually does get rid of it permanently? How did they do that? Anyway, they took out one of the bullets, and he gives the bullet to the guy that in the white coat, and he ends up trying to shoot. He acts like he's gonna shoot Eri, but then he does that just to get Lemillion to protect her, knowing that he would do that, and he wouldn't let it phase through, because if he let it phase through, it would hit Eri. And yeah, he does exactly what they anticipate him doing, and now he doesn't have a quirk at the moment. At least. At worst, he doesn't have it anymore. Like I said, only time will tell on that one. Will they be able to use Eri's quirk to reverse that? Or will they come up with a new way to help him get his quirk back, if that's the case? I don't know. We'll find out. But anyway, yeah, even though he doesn't have his quirk anymore, he still continues to fight. Even if he gets injured in the process, which freaks Eri out, because everybody is getting hurt because they're trying to protect her, and she thinks it's her fault. And Overhaul keeps telling her this, when obviously it's not her fault. It's because of Overhaul that all this is happening. If he hadn't done what he'd done to her, she wouldn't be in this mess. But no, his own selfish goals and ambitions are causing all this to happen, not her. And as Lemillion's getting his butt kicked, Deku comes crashing through the wall to help. So we will see what happens. And like I said, I'm sorry for waiting so long to get this all uploaded for you guys. I'll work on episode 12 in a moment. And I will see everybody next time.